What is up, guys? It's Sir Squirrels back at you with another video, and today I just kind of wanted to talk about Skater XL. You know, it's been out since July 2020, I believe, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It had so much promise, and they promised a lot of things, and I know what everyone has been saying. They're a small dev team. They don't really have a lot to work with here. They're not a AAA company like EA or like Activision, who are making Skate and the Tony Hawk franchise. But it's just like unforgivable at this point with how this game is playing, especially on console. I'm a console gamer right now, but even on PC, like, it doesn't look much better. No matter how many times I watch some of these bigger YouTubers play Skater XL on PC with their mods active, and how they have to talk about all the time about how they have to set up all of these stats with the stats mods. Look, guys, that should be in the game. That's not a plus for PC Skater XL. That's not how the game should be. The game should just be playable. And that's the number one problem I have with Skater XL, and you'll see in some of these clips, is it's just not playable. Like, it's not fun anymore. It was fun, like, waiting on the new maps to come out and hoping the stats mod would come out to console, or that they would implement some kind of stats mod, but then they had that whole drama thing. I don't even know what that was. But yeah, Easy Day, the main thing is just, like, do better. Like, I know this is their first game, but the physics of this game, the number one thing they brag about, they just don't work. Like, the whole moon gravity thing is very, very real on console. And yeah, if you can mess around with it long enough, and if you put way too many hours into this game, then you can make it look a little bit more realistic. And in these clips, I'm not trying to be realistic or anything like that. I'm just trying to showcase the game and how it works. And you just can't. Like, I don't see how some of these people on console can make it look realistic, but props to them. It's just the transition physics, number one. That's one of the big things I have a problem with, is they just don't work. There's no reason to do grabs in this game at all. Like, you might as well just take them out. There's no reason, there's no way really to do any lip tricks. You can kind of like glitch the game into it. And then sometimes even on just normal grinds like these, it tells you the wrong trick. Like right here, board slide. That is not a board slide. But whatever, I don't know. The whole purpose of this video is just to kind of get in, like, do a little update thing on where everything has been at in the game. So we were promised new maps. We did get new maps. The thing about those maps is they're really small, and most recently they added Industrial Zone, which is literally just, the flow of that map is atrocious, but they basically just made it so you could use the object dropper, which isn't great either, but it's cool that they added it. I guess is something that a lot of people liked in Skate 3, so they've added it to Skater XL, which is good. They listened a little bit. But the number one thing I wanted to talk about is the physics. They're just so broken. Like, flip tricks, you can try to catch them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Grabs on transition just don't work. And then the maps. Small, inconveniently placed obstacles. Just no flow at all. And when you have games like Skate coming out, which is supposedly going to be free to play, I guess we'll see how that turns out. But comparing this to even Session, like, Session plays much better than this. Yeah, Skater XL, like, quote unquote, looks better. I don't really agree. I still have a huge issue with the fact that if you put a hat on your character, it just makes them bald. And the fact this game has been out for almost 2 years now, and there's still no added customization. Yeah, they added Jamie Foy's Dickie clothes. Like, that's cool. I like that. But I always thought they were going to be constantly adding stuff to this game, and they just haven't on console. They just really haven't. And I don't want this video to come off as like a rant type video. And I don't even want this video to go super long, but as somebody who's had this game since it came out, I barely play it anymore. I was looking at my PlayStation in review thing that they emailed me where it keeps track of all the stuff that you played. And I think my Skater XL had like 60 hours, I want to say, for the entire year. So that kind of shows you where I'm at with the game. I have a lot of fun sometimes, and then other times it's just frustrating trying to get it to do simple things. It just will not do the simplest of things. Like, say I'm trying to line up and I want to do a kickflip to crooked grind, and then I want to big spin out or something. Sometimes when you land, it just shoots you in a direction, and sometimes when you land, it just stops you entirely. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no reason at all this game should be that bad. 2 years later, like, honestly, I really wish I could get a refund for this game. Anyways, if you want to play Skater XL and you still haven't bought it, then you did a good thing by not buying this game. It's awful. Do not buy it. Do not tell your friends to try it out. Do not even worry about trying to try it out. What you want to do is you want to basically buy Tony Hawk. That's the best advice I have for you right now. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Yeah, Vicarious Visions went under. Don't know if we'll ever get another Tony Hawk game again. But if you're itching for a skateboarding game and you don't have a way to play Session, if you don't have a PC or if you don't have an Xbox, then I'd highly recommend, even though it's super unrealistic, and I know a lot of people want a realistic skateboarding sim, and in some ways Skater XL offers that, but in a lot of ways it just fails. I would say Tony Hawk is probably the way to go. You just can't go wrong with the classic. And it actually plays pretty well. There's multiplayer, even though the multiplayer is kind of just lame and you're just doing your whole couch co-op challenges that you could do with your friends. Skater XL's multiplayer is not as well polished as Tony Hawk's, I will say that, but two completely different style games. I just have a lot of hours in Tony Hawk, a lot more than Skater XL. I think last year I had like 130 hours in Tony Hawk versus the 60 that I had in Skater XL, so I played it for half the time I did Tony Hawk. I mean, you don't have to be good at the game to enjoy it. Skater XL, I feel like you do have to kind of be good at the game. You kind of have to like learn the catches, and I don't even really bother with the catches just because I want to just vibe and play the game. That's what I feel like Skater XL does the best at. You can just sit there and vibe. You don't have to worry about challenges. You don't have to worry about a high score. All you gotta do is just skate around, maybe hit a couple obstacles and battle some tricks. That's really it. Like, that's probably the only positive thing I can say about Skater XL right now, is that it vibes sometimes, and sometimes it's very frustrating. I just don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Skater XL is still a waste of money? I do. Do you think this game will ever be improved? I don't. I really don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're going to keep adding maps, and that's really going to be it. And maybe drop a Skater XL 2 or like a Skater XXL just to kind of make more money. But at this point, I wouldn't give Easy Day any money ever again. Even for the price of this game not being $60, I believe it was $40, I wouldn't have paid $20 for this shit. It's awful. And I don't mean to come off harsh to any Easy Day devs, but it's just very lazily put together. I feel like no one really tried to do anything. Like, you can tell on the early maps, downtown LA, Easy Day High School, like, those maps are great maps. But then they just kind of relied on the modding community to make good maps, and then they do on PC. And the ones Easy Day chooses to go to console and to be official quote-unquote maps by Easy Day, they're just not as good. Like, there's a ton of maps on PC that I think would be way better than like Industrial Zone or Fermenta Plaza. Like, there's just, I don't know. It's just very, very confusing why they choose the maps they chose. and why they just haven't really tried to update anything or make the game better. It's pretty much the same condition it was in despite many updates to the game, and honestly I feel like it's gotten worse. I feel like there's a lot of drop frames in this game. I feel like the game basically lags around even if I'm not playing online. I don't understand why that's happening. I've even tried to disconnect my PS4 from the fucking Wi-Fi and that still doesn't work. The frames drop, and it's just the game itself. It has nothing to do with the online. And then when you're downloading anything, you basically have to just set it to pause screen, because if you don't, your game is just gonna move like 2 frames a second. It's atrocious. This game is laughable. It's a joke. There's nothing about this game that is good, other than, like I said, it vibes. That's why I would much rather be playing Tony Hawk. I don't know, guys. I don't want to keep this rant going. This is basically just a rant video, but it was really bugging me today, so I had to get it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, follow, and subscribe for a video every couple years or couple months until I can get all of my setup together. I don't know. We're going to try to make this channel a little bit better and grow it a little bit more. Twitch streams coming soon. There will be absolutely no Skater XL on there if that's not obvious enough. Probably some Tony Hawk. I get on there from time to time and I'll stream with no mic and just kind of vibe and let everybody watch. It's kind of a fun time. I'll hang out in the chat with you guys and talk, but that's about it for now. Until later, talk to you guys. This has been Sir Squirrels. Hope you enjoyed the video.